Hi, my name is Branham Stefan, and today I'll be discussing DDS analytics and our model to predict employee attrition and salary. Of course, our goals here are to discuss attrition prediction as well as our multiple regression model for predicting employee salary. The first step for creating a numeric correlation for salary prediction was to actually create a heat map colored by numeric correlation. What I found here was that monthly income and total working years were very highly correlated. Additionally, age, years since last promotion, and years at company also had some correlations. However, I noticed that age, years since last promotion, and years at company also had some correlation with total working years. So in order to pick the best parameter with low collinearity, I'm actually opting to pick total working years here because it has the strongest correlation amongst all features. Whenever it came to looking at the numeric features for attrition, I had to analyze things a little bit differently here. I had to create density plots. In doing so, I found these 4 different plots pretty interesting. Notably, the monthly income has the highest difference for yes and no attrition values. Distance from home also had a pretty interesting phenomenon here where many of the employees lived within about 10 to 15 miles. They did not quit. However, those who did quit tended to have a much wider spread. Total working years and years at company also showed some promise for categorizing attrition. However, they're also correlated with monthly income, so I figured they'd be redundant features. Whenever I was looking at categoric correlation, I created relative bar charts. I found that job involvement, overtime status, and work-life balance were all pretty significant for classifying attrition values. What was really interesting was actually whenever I went in and created bins for income class. So I actually took the monthly income and created a lowest, low, medium, and high income class where we could see a little bit more clearly the separation amongst the attrition and non-attrition employees. Where the real magic started to happen was whenever I combined the income class with overtime status. And then you can see here that the lowest bin with the overtime status is yes actually had about 75% attrition, which is a great indicator for our model. Now that I have the features selected for work-life balance, income overtime, and job involvement, I had to actually run some random permutations between the KNN and naive Bayes models to see which one performed better. Now the naive Bayes model, it actually had better specificity at times where it would actually reach max specificity, but it also frequently crossed the minimum target threshold of 60%. So I would actually opt to say that the KNN model is a better performer here solely because it's always meeting our minimum requirement for the benchmark. Whenever it came to predicting salary, I used the previously mentioned total working years and monthly income. And then through some trial and error, I found that job level is actually pretty correlated with monthly income as well. And what was really interesting here was that I noticed even between each job level, just having manager or director in your job title seemed to basically lead to higher monthly income. So management status also plays a role here. So then my final salary prediction model is comprised of total working years, job level, and management status. In doing this, I was able to achieve an residual error of 1189, which is well within the $3,000 threshold, and a multiple R squared of 0.933, which is pretty amazing for just 3 parameters. When it came to role-specific findings, I found that sales representatives tended to have the highest attrition rates out of any other role. And upon further investigation, I noticed that their income was mostly comprised of the lowest and low income classes. So in further breaking that down, I found that the sales representatives actually have the lowest median monthly income per job role. What was most interesting here was the lack of income progression. That is, those with 20 total working years and those with 10 working years actually were making about the same income here, as you can see in this scatter plot to the right. So in conclusion, the three most important factors for attrition I found were income level with overtime status, work-life balance, and job involvement. With those three features, I was able to achieve model accuracy of about 86% with a K&N model, and I had very little benchmark violations. The three most important factors for predicting salary are total working years, job level, and management status. And in using those features, I was able to achieve an R-squared of 0.933 with an RMSE of 1189. Both of my models are well within the requirements for the DDS Analytics project, and I'm quite happy with the results.